Almost every day, you guys send us emails, messages, prospects, links to certain websites, all kinds of stuff about random properties asking us if you should buy this property or not. Our answer is almost always the same. There are so many things you need to figure out if you have a good deal right in front of you or not. It's impossible for us to know if you should buy a property without knowing all those details. But you know I don't like to leave you guys hanging. So today I will present you a solution that will help you figure out if you should buy the property that you have in mind. And the best part, this solution is completely free and in English. What's up everyone, welcome to a new real estate video from Perfinex, the #1 English speaking and independent financial planner in Germany. Let's talk about a free and easy solution today for everyone that is currently debating if they should buy a property or not. We know that is a big life decision many of you face, and that's why we published a lot of videos on that already. Still, the question stands, what about this specific property that you have in mind right now? Is it a good deal? Should you buy this property or not? There is one tool we found that is able to answer that question for you, and that tool is called Landlord. It's free to use and it's in English. Thank me later. Landlord will help you to manage your real estate portfolio probably a whole lot easier than the Excel spreadsheets you guys built yourself. But before we even have a real estate portfolio, we need to analyze potential new properties we might want to buy. And that's what their deal analyzer is for. Follow me to their website and sign up for free in less than 2 minutes with the link in the description. Click on Deal Analyzer in the menu and start by typing in the address of the property you would like to buy. Next are the purchase details. Type in all the hard facts about your property, purchasing price, expected monthly rent, as well as the ground purchasing taxes or transfer taxes as they call it. The numbers you see are from a property a client bought last year in Baden-Württemberg, so we have 5% in taxes. I also talked to Landlord, and the more people in Germany sign up, the sooner they will implement cool changes. So sign up for free with the link in the description, and soon we might have a drop down with German states that fill in the taxes that we have to pay automatically. On top of the taxes you have to pay, there's other closing costs like notary, court, and maybe a real estate agent. Click on Advanced and you can fill in everything individually. And that's what I really like about Landlord, the amount of details that you can fill in. You can also fill in other deal details if you like. And now we come to the interesting part. How much do you invest of your own money into the property? As I said in many videos, for a large majority of real estate investors, it's best to finance as much as you can, meaning you only pay the additional purchasing costs of 13,160 euros and finance 188,000 euros with the bank, exactly 100% of the property value. With a 2% interest rate, that will result in a mortgage payment of 226 euros a month over roughly 35 years. I know that a 2% interest rate is super conservative right now, but stay with me, we'll go through some different scenarios later on. That's another advantage of Landlord's Deal Analyzer. With just a couple of clicks, you can change your assumptions and see how the profitability of this investment changes. And lastly, fill in the expenses that you as a landlord will have to pay for insurance, utilities, management, etc. We just filled in 60 euros a month for everything to keep it short and simple. Before we come to the profitability of this property, there are 5 more assumptions we need to make. How long do you plan to hold the property? We put in 10 years. Why? Everybody who watched a couple of our real estate videos will know. After 10 years you can sell your rental property completely tax-free. And that's why we want to hold it for at least that long. So don't wait and buy a property and wait. Over these 10 years, what is your occupancy rate? We typed in 95% with a little safety margin for renovations and finding new tenants. And lastly, before we come to the profitability numbers that we all want, how will property and rent appreciate? And what is your expected inflation rate? We have everything at 2%, meaning on a realistic basis, your property doesn't increase in value at all, which is super unlikely, I know, but you guys know that I like to calculate with conservative numbers. If we put in the 9.6% German properties rose in value in 2020 after inflation, this will of course look like the best deal in the world. Let's keep it conservative for now. And conservative looks like this. In the first year, your cash flow is almost minus 3,000 euros. Your cash on cash return minus 21%. And your return of investment minus 64%. Oh my god! This is the worst property that was ever built in human history, right? And when you click on holding period breakdown in the top right corner, you can actually see that it will take 25 years until you get a positive cash flow out of this property. Oh Lord, landlord, this is really the worst property that was ever built. No, it's not. And that's the next benefit of Landlord. They make you focus on the long term. And I'm always saying, investing is a long-term game, especially if you invest in real estate. You want to hold this property for 10 years anyway. Who cares about cash flow in the first year, right? It's about long-term profitability. And long-term, this property looks pretty good if you ask me. Your return over the 10 years holding period will be almost 350%. That is 46,000 euros in return, or almost 12% internal rate of return every single year. Let me say that again, 12% per year after costs. Where do you get a 12% return these days with something that is as secure as real estate? And there is one major factor not even included in this calculation, which would make this deal a lot better. And that's why I would really appreciate if you try out Landlord yourself. Because the more people sign up, the sooner they upgrade their platform for us real estate investors in Germany. And it's free anyway. So it's a no-brainer for everybody interested in investing in real estate. Taxes are missing, of course. Investing in real estate will get you tax benefits from the German government, like depreciation, tax-deductible interest rate, tax-deductible costs. Almost all costs you have can be deducted from your taxes. And because income from work and income from real estate fall into the same tax category here in Germany, this rental property will decrease your taxable income, resulting in tax benefits. All details on all different types of income in this video. And with our tax benefits included, this whole deal would be even more profitable. A lot more profitable. Speaking of more profitable, let's adjust some of our conservative assumptions to something a little more realistic. And let's talk about why you have a negative cash flow from investing in almost every property if you finance 100% of the property value. It's because you have to pay the bank principal. Surprisingly, they want their money back, huh? And since the start of the pandemic, banks want 2% principal repayment every year. If you would pay only interest, suddenly everything becomes positive. You can see it right here. Almost 1,000 euro cash flow per year despite a 2% interest rate, which is a little high anyway, right? Let's adjust it to 1.5%. And suddenly you only have minus 1.8k negative cash flow plus 1,000 euros more than with 2%. And interest rate is tax deductible if you buy a property as an investment. Keep in mind that all these numbers are pre-tax. They will become a lot better when you file your tax declaration. Pre-tax, we are now almost at a 15% internal rate of return per year. Pretty good, am I right? And now let's say that your property will actually increase in value. Not 9.6% after inflation like Postbank calculated in their study. Let's say we have 2% on top of inflation. Stay conservative, guys. Don't get greedy. With these assumptions that are a little more realistic, but still conservative, the property returns 18.5% every single year or 722% over the 10-year holding period, tax-free. The amount of details Landlord has put into their deal analyzer and the fact that you can adjust basically everything with just a couple of clicks is almost as incredible as the return of that property. And they have other cool stuff like the dashboard or their portfolio tracker as well. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see that too. And they are working on a lot of cool stuff for you guys as well. Making your tax filing easier. Legally proven rental contracts. All kinds of good stuff that will make your real estate investor life much easier. So definitely check them out with a link in the description. And check out their mobile app as well, which comes in super handy while you are on your way to visit a property. Type in the property numbers into the deal analyzer, check out the property, and if you like it, you can make an offer right on the spot because you know if it's worth buying or not. And you can also see your maximum budget you would be willing to pay for that property based on the return that you want. You just increase the purchasing price in the deal analyzer and see what happens. That will give you an edge over everybody else who wants to buy this property. Because as competitive as the German real estate market is currently, you need to be fast. Lightning speed. And now you can head lightning speed into your weekend. Take care, everybody.